Yes, dear students, yesterday we have studied about the Henry's law, Raoult's law and vapor pressure of an ideal solution. Today we are going to discuss the next topic, that is activity component of an ideal solution. It is a very important 5-mark question usually asked. In the activity component of an ideal solution, now let us consider an ideal solution consists of two components, that is component A and component B. When these two forms an ideal binary solution, the mole fraction of A is taken as XA, okay, and the mole fraction of B is taken as XB, and similarly the corresponding activities are taken as AA and AB. Yesterday we have studied that when it forms an ideal solution, it obeys Raoult's law. Yesterday we have studied Raoult's law, that is, according to Raoult's law, the vapor pressure of component A will be equal to vapor pressure of component A in its pure state into mole fraction. Similarly, for component B as P naught B into XB. I can write this equation as PA divided by P naught A will be equal to XA. Similarly, PB divided by P naught B will be equal to XB. See, since the vapor pressure of these two liquids are very low, okay, their vapor pressures are lies well within the range of atmospheric pressure, then we can, instead of taking the vapor pressure, we can take fugacity. Okay, what is fugacity? You might have studied in the last year. Fugacity is a escaping tendency of any system from one state to another. Here, from vapor state, that is from liquid state to vapor state. So, instead of vapor pressure, we can also use, that is fugacity. Fugacity will be equal to pressure. Therefore, now I can write this equation as PA by P naught A is equal to XA. Instead of vapor pressure, I can write it as fugacity FA by FA naught will be equal to XA. What is FA? Fugacity of constituent A. F naught A refers to the standard fugacity, or we can say it is the fugacity of a component A in its pure state. But according to thermodynamics, the ratio of fugacity of any constituent and the fugacity in its pure state, it is always is equal to activity. That is, F by F naught is always is equal to activity. Therefore, the fugacity of component A divided by the standard fugacity of the component A is taken as activity of A. Similarly, the fugacity ratio of B component will be equal to activity of B. Therefore, using this equation, these two, see, when right hand side is same, left hand side is also the same. Therefore, using these two equations, I can write it as XA is equal to AA. Similarly, the mole fraction of B will be equal to activity of B. What is the meaning? In the case of ideal solution, their mole fractions are equivalent to their activities. It is one more condition for a binary solution to be ideal. If a solution is ideal, then their mole fraction should be equal to their activity. We can also explain by means of a graph, that is, when we plot activity of A and this is activity of B. This is mole fraction. When activity of any component is plotted against the mole fraction, we are getting a straight line. See here, mole fraction of component A is 1. Then mole fraction of component B is 0. Here, mole fraction of component B, because it is activity of component B, 1. Mole fraction of component A is 0. See, this is activity of component A. It goes on, decreases like this. Similarly, this is activity of B. So, this plot shows that the activity is plotted against the mole fraction, as in the case of vapor pressure. That is, the activity, it gives a straight line. This graph shows that in the case of ideal binary solution, the activity will be equal to mole fraction. Okay? So, there is another essential condition for a binary solution to be or to behave ideally. The essential condition is mole fraction is always equal to activity. Okay? Mole fraction is always equal to activity. This is the activity component of an ideal solution. Okay? The next topic, very important, 5 mark question, okay, that we are going to study now is Gibbs-Duhem Margulis equation. gives you a marvelous equation. Listen. Here also we have to consider an ideal binary solution, or any binary solution consists of two components, that is A and B. Now let us consider we have two binary mixture, that is solutions A and B. Their vapors are equilibrium at constant temperature and pressure. We have to consider the two constituents A and B. Their vapor pressures are in equilibrium at constant temperature and pressure. You have studied Gibbs-Duhem equation. Okay, in the last semester you might have studied. What is Gibbs-Duhem equation? Okay, Gibbs-Duhem equation I am using for these two constituents as Na d mu A plus Nb d mu B will be equal to 0. What is this Na? Na actually number of moles of component A. Nb number of moles of component B. And what is this mu A? Mu A is nothing but chemical potential. Okay, mu A. And mu B. Mu A is chemical potential. Of component A. Similarly, mu B is chemical potential of component B. Na and Nb. Na actually number of moles of A. Nb number of moles of B. Okay. Now I am dividing this above equation. Okay. I am dividing this equation throughout by Na plus Nb. Then I can write this equation as Na divided by Na plus Nb into d mu A plus Nb divided by Na plus Nb into d mu B equal to 0. This you know already. What is this? Na divided by Na plus Nb is nothing but mole fraction of A. What is this Na plus Nb? Na plus Nb is the total number of moles. Number of moles of A divided by total number of moles. Number of moles of B divided by total number of moles. Therefore, the number of moles divided by total number of moles, this is nothing but mole fraction. Therefore, I can write it as X A d mu A plus X B d mu B equal to 0. That is, since Na divided by Na plus Nb is equal to Xa. Okay. So, what is this Xa and Xb? Xa mole fraction of A, Xb mole fraction of B. Now, according to thermodynamics, okay, according to thermodynamics, the chemical potential can be written as, see, according to thermodynamics, chemical potential mu can be written as mu I is equal to mu I naught plus RT ln Fi. What is mu? Chemical potential of ith constituent. Mu I naught is called standard chemical potential of ith constituent. R is a gas constant, universal gas constant. T is the temperature. Ln is nothing but 2.303 into ln. Fi is the fugacity of the ith component. What is the fugacity of the ith component? The wave, that is the escaping tendency of any constituent from liquid state to vapor state, okay, or from one state to another state. That shows fugacity. Okay. Now, I am differentiating this equation. Differentiating this equation at constant temperature. When I differentiate this equation, I am writing it as d mu I. This is standard chemical potential, standard value, constant value. Constant cannot be differentiated. If you differentiate it, it will be equal to 0. It will be equal to RT d ln Fi. Okay, this is the differential form of chemical potential thermodynamic equation. Now, I am inserting this in the above equation. What is the above equation? See, just now we have studied XA d mu A plus XB d mu B equal to 0. Just now we have studied. Now I am substituting this or inserting this in this equation. I will get, see, XA d mu A is nothing but RT d ln Fa. Okay, similarly, plus XB d mu B using this expression, it plus XB into RT d ln Fb equal to 0. Okay, when I insert this in this equation, I can write this equation like this. Now what I am doing is, I am dividing this equation throughout by dxa. Okay, when I divide this, I can write it as XA RT d ln Fa divided by dxa plus XB RT d ln Fb divided by dxa equal to 0. Okay? I have divided this equation throughout by dxa. Okay. Now, remember, in any binary solution or in any solution, the mole fraction, the sum of the mole fraction of solute and solvent is always equal to unity. This you know already, that is XA plus XB is always equal to 1. This is the essential condition for all the solutions. Okay, the mole fraction of component A and the mole fraction of component B always is equal to 1. Therefore, I can write this equal to minus dxb. When xb goes on that side, it becomes minus dxb. Now I am substituting this value in this equation. Then I can write this equation as xa rt d log fa divided by dxa becomes minus, okay, minus xb rt d log fb divided by dxb equal to 0. Now I can write this equation as d log fa divided by dxa divided by xa, because rt they are same, okay, minus d log fb divided by dxb divided by xb, okay, it goes down, it will be equal to 0. Now I can write this equation as d log fa divided by dxa by xa is always called d log a or d log xa minus d log fb divided by dxb divided by xb can be written as d log xb equal to 0. Remember, dxa by xa is d log xa. Okay, this I have substituted. Or I can write this equation as d log fa divided by d log xa equal to d log fb divided by d log xb. See, this equation is a general equation for any binary solution, whether it obeys Raoult's law